What's up guys, my name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the weekly update for August 7th, 2018. Today a couple of updates, something very important that I wanted to mention when it comes to Solstice of Heroes that's happening this week. You should definitely pay attention. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the regular rotation of how we do this weekly update, and I'm going to remember to do the raid lair and the escalation protocol. This time it's gonna happen, so just saying that ahead of time. Flashpoint is on Mars, which means the maps for Cade are probably also on Mars, which also means the Xur is probably going to be in the tower. Next up, we have the Nightfall. This week, the Nightfall is the Will of 1,000, which is going to be the one with the big worm at the end. So Zol at the end, that is going to be the Nightfall strike, and the unique for that Nightfall is going to be the Transmat effect. It's the only Nightfall unique with a Transmat effect. Basically looks like Zol, whenever you die and respawn, looks like Zol coming out of the ground and shooting a big laser, I think. So it's very unique. I would say not a lot of people have it, but when compared to getting other things like guns, it's not as popular as you would want it. Now, probably the most important thing this week is gonna be the Crucible playlist. Now, a lot of people are having trouble getting the certain part on their Solstice of Armors of getting super kills. Well, this week is Mayhem. We did know that this is gonna be Mayhem since they gave us that, like, here's what's happening throughout the month. So this is the time you should do all of your super kills in the Crucible. So if you need super kills for that piece of armor that requires like 30 super kills, which I did with one character, which I'll be doing with the other two characters this week, go and do it right now because Mayhem is out. And otherwise, Mayhem is just really fun, and I highly recommend you just do it anyways. Next up, let's talk about the raid lair. I always forget to do these, and it always comes to bite me in the bum, but the raid lair. The current loadout this week is going to be sidearm, scout rifle, and rocket launcher. Overall, not a terrible combo. Scout rifle in general is an amazing thing to have no matter where it is. It means you actually have range, and rocket launcher is an incredible power weapon. For a lot of the raids, you might want to use Wardcliff, or you might want to use Sins of the Past or Curtain Call. Lots of great options for that. As far as sidearms in the primary, I can't think of a single sidearm in the primary other than Rat King. I don't even know if I have a sidearm for the primary, which is really weird. So I might actually have to go and get a sidearm for the primary. So I can't make any other recommendations there. Secondary for Scout Rifle, Mononon. Mononons are great, whatever you like in the secondary for Scout Rifles, but Mononon will handle basically anything you want. As for the modifier, that's going to be Arsenal, which means your weapons have no reserve ammo, and emptying the clip of one weapon refuels the clips of holstered weapons. I want to point something out. They say the words clip and clips. They don't say mag and magazines. Why do they get to say clip, and then you guys call me out for saying clips? What's up with that? Anyways, let's talk about escalation protocol. I know it doesn't say it here, but from the rotation and what I've remembered this week, it should be all three. So if you want to go in there, you don't have any of the weapons, this week will be a chance of dropping all three of the different weapons in escalation protocol. That'll be the SMG, the sniper, and the shotgun. If you want to take your chances in getting the all three, it is going to be this week. Next week is also going to be all three. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to Eververse. Probably the more exciting thing for me because I actually get to buy some things. There's new stuffs, and I'm actually kind of excited, and something I did learn about last week about these little shader things that I wanted to mention. So a couple of things here starting off the bat. You got the fishing one again, which is, well, maybe not again. I think last time it was the wings. But you got the fishing one, which is a really nice one. I highly recommend it. I previewed it last week. You go fishing, and I think you have a chance of getting different types of fish. Maybe a fish, maybe a boot. Usually I see a fish. Okay, wow, okay, we got the boot this time. So it is random. There's a bunch of different dances, like the Herald dance, which is, you know, you guys can preview the previews if you want. You got the different sparrows and whatnot. I think I might have gotten this at one point. It looks like a chopper, so a motorcycle chopper, if you wanted one of these, which actually looks kind of cool. A bunch of different various things if you wanted these. You got the ornament for the Sturm, which is not a very popular weapon, but you can get it if you like it. And then there's this. What I learned about this is it changes every 1 to 2 days, and you're guaranteed to get something you don't have, and it's an ornament. So as soon as you get it, you can unlock it for every character, every armor piece that you get. So this is going to be a lot of bright dust, and I don't fully recommend it, but if you are missing a few, you might want to finish it off with these things. I personally am going to wait till the very end of the Solstice of Heroes, and then hopefully get the rest of the purple and the art that I need. And then, of course, next up are going to be the Transmat effect. Both of these are actually really good. Gall effect, would you come in like a big angel flaming thing, is my favorite. Second up, the one where you come in as like a hologram is like my third favorite in the game. My second favorite is the new Rasputin, like you come in looking like a javelin thing, but these are actually really good. Highly recommend you pick some of these up if you need them. Midnight Talons is amazing. The Noble Constant Red is also amazing. And then sometimes Indigo Matrix, depending on what you put it on, can also be amazing. I highly recommend a lot of these. As for these things coming up here, there's a lot of different things which I don't actually remember being here. Okay, so this is going to be a skin upon the Black Spindle, or I guess the Worm of the Whisper of the Worm. This ornament I don't really care for. I really like the way it usually lurks, and this is around $6 to $7 if you wanted to get this. Another $6 to $7 is going to be the alternative Black Hammer skin, which is going to be this thing. Again, I think I'm going to prefer the Taken version, where it's just like full Taken, wispy, midnight, whatever. But of course that is there if you are interested. Coming up next, we got the Function Given Form bundle, which is going to be the Suros one, which again, I don't think it matters. You're going to get 3 of these, ornament, that stuff. I don't really appreciate that. That's about $10 with the little bonus on it. And then lastly, you got the Celebration Victory, which is the one we saw last week, which again, it's just this Sparrow and this ship. And this 10 of these things. Again, I never really liked these bundles. They never really felt like something bombastic, especially considering you get so many random things from these in the first place. But they're there if you do want to get them. Oh wow, this armor actually looks really cool with the black and red. What has he got on there? I gotta see this in. Calais Elite. What? That's not the color we just saw. What? Wow. Okay, different lighting really changes that armor. Did not realize that. Interesting. Well, that really makes you think. Anyways, I'm gonna be heading over to Benedict, and I'll see you when I'm over there. And before anyone asks, I know a few people are probably wondering, what is this armor set? I have never seen armor like this before. I'm gonna give you a hint as to why that is. It's because it's all blue armor. Every single piece of it is blue armor. And I may have 385 power. If you wanted to know exactly what it is, here's a quick rundown. You can pause the video if you want. It's not really special, I thought it'd be funny. I have a previous video where I showed you more in depth and that stuff, so check that out if you want to see more about that. I just wanted to mention it. A lot of people do ask me about the armor. Anyways, with Benedict, he's got the sword. Terrible. Don't get the sword. He's got the Spires of Stars helmet, Eater of Worlds cloak or class item, prestige chest, and then regular arms and legs. If you guys want any of these, you have to complete that specific activity on this reset to get it. So you have to complete the Prestige Leviathan to get this one. If you want to be able to buy it straight from them, you have to do it this week. Anyways, that's pretty much the video for you guys today. If you guys are playing out there in Destiny 2 right now, make sure you guys are going for your objectives on the specific armor pieces that you're working on. I'm quite behind on a lot of my armor pieces. I wanted to make sure I got a lot of other things done in my life. Like, for example, I was getting the Whisper stuff and whatnot, still working on the catalyst on that thing, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I've been doing. Of course, these grinding, it does take quite a long time, so it's not going to be surprising if a lot of you guys are taking a long time to get these. Don't worry, it's going to take a long time. It's just one of those things. If you want to get to 405, you have to actually put in the time, and if you don't care, don't worry about it. It's really not that important. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Of course, my name has been Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.